Today I wanted to talk about, I suppose, a lack of enthusiasm. It feels like a very long time since I made anything, and it has been a while since I made anything. And I think because I have lots of stock available to buy, I don't feel the need to make loads of things because things aren't really selling at the moment. And I know that part of that is to do with the cost of living crisis and how difficult things are at the moment. Part of it's probably my lack of enthusiasm for promoting. I wanted to talk today about how the change in the weather can affect your creativity. And it's ironic that the day that I've picked to talk about this is the day it's sunny. Look, it's sunny. But the weather really takes a turn, and I find that really affects me actually. Summer's been quite brief this year, and the warmth and the sun and the long days do help me be creative in various ways, not just in making things, but also just the enthusiasm for making content and getting out and enjoying the sun and nice weather. And I do kind of go into a semi-hibernation when the weather changes. I've noticed quite recently, in recent weeks, that I've gone from, waking up around 7 o'clock, throwing open the windows because it's lovely outside, and looking forward to getting on with the day, to, you know, having to haul myself out of bed at 8:30 because you wake up and it still feels like it's dark. The nights are drawing in, and because it's been really wet and windy and dull and cloudy lately, you get up in the morning and it's still really dark. It's really depressing. I'm not a winter person at all. Spring and summer are definitely my seasons, and I think this winter's going to be extra hard, although last winter was pretty hard. Things started to take a downturn in the economy last year in terms of, post-pandemic economic recession, and I feel like I don't feel like things have got horrifically worse this year, because some things are better. Some things aren't as expensive as they were last year, but it's the continuous. It just never stops. Nothing's improving. It feels like things are still really bad, and I have temporarily lost my love for what I do. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop, not by any means. This has happened to me before, when I've had to move, when I've lost studios, when I've just needed a break, because I do this full time and it means all day, every day is spent dealing with something work-wise, so I don't really take days off. So the low-level burnout, the very low-level mental burnout is quite common for me. And equally, the last few months I've been focusing a lot harder on side hustles and other income streams to keep things ticking along whilst I work behind the scenes on the business, trying to deal with some of the social media and some of the online, trying to improve that, to try and increase my visibility online. I've been working really hard on Pinterest, trying to improve that. Etsy is very bad at the moment generally, and I don't think that's anything to do with me especially, because I still have a fully stocked shop, although I would prefer people to be coming to my website because Etsy costs a lot, and of course Etsy is in control of its algorithms, so Etsy will show what it wants you to see, not necessarily what you actually want to buy. So it's a challenge in that respect, and Etsy's made lots of changes this year which are making selling online via e-commerce much more of a challenge for small companies. And I hear about this a lot from other Etsy sellers, so I know it's not just a me thing. So yeah, this winter season I think is going to be a big challenge. I do have a couple of commissions coming up, which is really good because I could do with that little kick up the backside at the moment to do something, and it's nice to know that I am making something because it is going to be paid for. I need the money. I need the money. Yes, I'd like the money. I am finding my paid work elsewhere at the moment, which isn't really busy. It doesn't stop me from doing things on my business, but it's taken the pressure off and has meant that temporarily I've been able to stop thinking about the business for a bit in some ways. So yeah, it's been quite a challenge, and I'm interested to know what's going on out there with everybody else. What are you doing? Are you getting other jobs? Are you focusing more on the second jobs you already had? If you live with people who already have other incomes, is it not a problem because your money made from your small business was supplementary? Maybe it's not stopping you from paying your rent and your bills on time. So the pressure's off and you're just treating it like a holiday, maybe taking some time out from the crafting or from whatever else you do in your small business to focus on other things. I have enjoyed focusing a bit more time on family, not so much getting out because the weather's just been absolutely atrocious here in the northwest. I don't know about what it's been like where you are. And I'm also hoping for this late summer that they keep saying is going to come in October, because I really fancy that extra little bit of warmth just to enjoy. I miss being able to get the windows open as much as I was. I'm still getting them open during the day to try and get some fresh air in, but it's not happening as often because it's really turning cold. I've got my winter socks on. I've got 2 jumpers on. And I need the time to acclimatise for winter. And I'm dreading that because that's when I will really go into semi-hibernation and when the work is going to change. And I feel like I've missed out on some of the summertime when I should have been making things, because now it's not going to happen because the weather just has such an effect. So this is a little ramble really. I didn't have anything specific to say, but I think it's really good to touch base, and I want to do more of these. I have lots of like short product shorts on my YouTube. I don't know how much of an effect it's having. It's certainly not driving traffic, but I know that channels take time. Those same product videos are in my Etsy store, and some of them are in my Shopify store as well, and they're all being slowly uploaded to Pinterest as well. And I'm relinking back to my Shopify website, and also so my own personal website, and also to YouTube. I'm just uploading and putting in different links and seeing if there's any conversion, see if anything is having an effect. But it takes time. I've had a Pinterest account for years, haven't used it very much from a seller point of view, so I suspect it's going to take a while for me to get any grip on Pinterest. They reckon you should post between 1 and 5 pins a day for it to make an effect. I'm trying to post 1 a day, and I'm batching them up so that I don't have to go into Pinterest every day and do it. I think you can batch it about a month in advance, so I'm trying to do that because I can go in and do a lot in one go, and then I can go off and do something else for a couple of weeks, because it gets boring otherwise, and I'm not very good at marketing and social media. I get very bored of it. So I think that will take time. I have only been doing that a few weeks, so there's no miracles there whatsoever. But I would be really interested to know what you're all doing with behind the scenes. Just making stuff and putting it out there isn't necessarily going to bring in the money, and it may be that you have found the secret to getting yourself seen more online. Things that I'm missing. I clearly am missing a lot. My enthusiasm is rock bottom right now, and my inspiration is just as bad. I've focused on things like Pinterest, which have been nagging at me all year. I knew that I needed to sort it out, so finally I have. I'm also going to do a website review, because I'm pretty sure that my new website, which I've had up now since March, so it's not been that long, could do with some work. It took me ages to get all the products online, because I had to transfer everything over from Etsy, but I also had to manually upload all the photos and do all sorts of things along with that. It doesn't migrate everything, so it took quite a while. But now it's all in, and I've been looking at. I do get traffic. I haven't had any sales yet, but I do get traffic from worldwide, and it's coming from all over the place. There's a lot of organic search, but I don't know where that's coming from at the moment. It's still too early to say. I'm hoping some of it is coming from my social media, and I think it is. I've pretty much abandoned Instagram in recent months. I am just bored of it generally. I don't think it works. I think sites like Pinterest have better longevity, as does YouTube, and I feel that I'm better off putting my energies into those rather than Instagram, where the life of a post is something like 48 hours. So if you don't see a post in 48 hours, you're not going to see it. So I don't really see the point in doing lots of work to upload posts when I don't have much of a following in the first place. I would rather focus on websites that last longer, where the posts that I put up are going to be found for longer and are going to reach a wider audience. So that's what I've been doing there. I also probably should do a post about the big old C word that's coming up, Christmas. I don't do festive, like particular products for Christmas. I don't do seasonal, but a lot of my stuff is giftable. So I'm going to do a post that just focuses on things that you can gift to your loved ones. The coasters that I make great gifts, and lots of people buy them for gifts, as well as commissioning me to make individual ones for their own home decor. And the jewellery also sells as gifts, obviously. That's just an easy one if you know the person well enough that you can gift jewellery. And if it's a partner or a sibling or a child or somebody who you know very well, then what I make may be really, really good for your gift person, so to speak. So I will do some work on that. I will do a post on that to give you some inspiration for the sorts of things that might be nice to gift. So do follow, do like, do stay in touch. It would be great to hear from people out there as to what's going on in the world of small business and craft and handmade and e-commerce, and how you're doing. I think it's really important to get those perspectives from other people, because particularly when you work on your own and you work from home and you're a business of one, it's very easy to lose sight of things. So yeah, please do stay in touch, do comment, let's get some conversations going, because I'm really interested to talk about this. Speak to you soon, and thank you for listening and for watching me. Speak to you soon.